Hello everybody, got another workout for you. This is a pulling session just like every Thursday. I'm about 3 weeks out from World Championships. And just to catch you up, last Thursday I missed my designated pulls. I was supposed to hit 450 for 3 triples and I could not even get 450 for a single. So don't know why, I was just kind of real flat that day and was just feeling kind of crushed from the training cycle. So my plan was to just come in today and see what I could get for a single, and I was planning to do all my pulls from a deficit today, but I just did a deficit pull up until about 275, so this is a 1.5 inch deficit, and these felt good. Deficit deadlifts for me have the effect of kind of resetting my technique in a way. And the way I kind of describe this to people is that when you think about doing a deficit pull, you think of it as being harder than a normal pull because you've got to pull the bar over a longer range of motion. And that's true. But what also happens is that because you have to reach further down to get the bar, the posterior chain is put on a bigger stretch. So you're kind of wound up a little bit more and you get a little bit more out of it, at least I do. I've pulled 485 from a deficit, so you can see that it doesn't really hurt me too much at all. But it's almost like if you could imagine throwing a ball where you only cock your arm back halfway and throw it versus how you would do it naturally, which is you'd cock your arm all the way back and throw it. So for me, deficit deadlifts almost feel kind of like throwing a ball with a full cock behind yourself, if that makes sense. But as I say, I plan to do these from a deficit for the whole session, but I got up to 275 and I just felt like, this has done what it needs to do for me, and then I switched to the floor, which you'll see. So this was my last deficit pull, and it was a bit of a gamble, but I just decided to go off the floor from this point. So I started with 315 off the floor, and when I pulled this, I knew I was going to have a better day because I could just tell the speed on this just felt really good, and I think it'll probably be visible, although I haven't watched the video myself yet. Yeah, that's very good speed for me for 315, so I knew I was going to do fairly well. So I'll cut you guys to the chase. It'll come up here pretty quickly anyway, but I did pull a 475 today, so that made me feel good considering I couldn't hit 450 last week. This was 405, so I went from 405 to 475. The 475 was tough, but it was solid. I would like it to feel a little bit better, but obviously I feel much better than I did 7 days ago, so hopefully by the time I get to Worlds in 3 weeks I'll be even more recovered and maybe a little bit stronger, so was happy to get what I got tonight. I probably will pull next week too, but not terribly heavy. I might just go up to like 365. So here is the 475. What's nice about having a pre-programmed cycle, and the reason that many people use them, and the reason that I use them, is you just are surrendering yourself to a higher authority, so to speak. You just, you know, you do what the paper says you have to do. I'm just going to watch this here. Yeah, that was a little bit shaky, but so what's nice is it kind of compels you to work harder than you might ordinarily work, just because you feel, at least I do, you feel compelled to hit the numbers on your program because you think it's going to lead you to a certain result at the end of the program. So it makes you work hard. But on the other hand, at least sometimes, and for me with this program, I was just feeling really squelched, for lack of a better word. I was just feeling overwhelmed. You know, the first 6 or 7 workouts felt kind of fun and exciting and new, but when I started getting to things like 3 sets of 5 with 425, it was just a little overwhelming, and that's kind of how I had been feeling over the past couple of weeks. That was Ryan just realizing that the camera was focused on his butt for like 30 seconds. But it felt good today to not have the pressure of that, and just, my goal today was just to come in and do what I could do, so that felt kind of good. And it made me feel more motivated because I just felt released from that kind of pressure. So my knee is still a little bit funky. It doesn't hurt doing this stuff here, but I know my knee is going to feel a little tight tomorrow. So my goal on squats was just to do enough to prevent atrophy before my next low bar session on Monday. So I didn't do a lot here. I worked up to a 275 triple, and that was it. And I would have done more. The main reason I didn't is I can't tell what this is doing to my knee until the next day, so I'm just kind of playing it safe here a little bit. But these felt fairly good. And depth looks good. I wonder with my knee feeling funky if my depth is the same, but it sure seems to be looking at it from here. Body weight was 199 today, so I'm kind of dialed in. I need to be 198 for the competition.
But by then, I already locked out what we want.
Monday will be my heaviest squat session prior to the meet, so I'm looking to hit hopefully something along the neighborhood of 375 on Monday. Maybe a little bit more if I can manage it. One thing that's been interesting too is that my calories have been significantly higher than normal. I've been eating 3,000, 3,100, 3,200 calories a day, and my weight is actually coming down slowly. So it seems like my metabolism is kind of sped up for some reason. I don't know if this trend will continue, but it's kind of fun when you can eat a lot, and you can eat a lot of carbs. I'm doing about 300 grams of carbs, and it's fun when you can do that and not kind of pay a price for it. So I did 2 sets of 12 on these swings. This is 125 pounds. And they felt pretty good. You'll see me lose my balance 3-4 times actually on this first set. And then I kind of figured it out, and then my second set was solid. But I have a tendency to allow my weight to drift a little too far forward, and then I have to kind of step forward to catch myself. But weight-wise, these feel easy. But it's just, this is, I don't know, 55, 60% of my body weight, so it tends to kind of drag me around a little bit. And so after the swings, I ended up doing 3 sets of back extensions. I only got 1 set of those on video, just because I forgot. I forgot to turn the camera on. So you'll see me do a set of 10 with 135, but I actually did 3 sets of 10 in this session. So you'll see, I don't think I had any balance issues at all on this set. These really feel pretty easy, and as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to move this up to 150 very soon, which is about as much weight as I can get on that thing, I think. So here comes my back extensions. I had been using that bar that you see with the yellow plates there, which is 160, but it's just awfully hard to hold on to, so I decided to take a break and just come down to 135 pounds for a couple of weeks. It just feels a little bit more comfortable, so this is 135 for 10. Felt super easy. So that's about it for this week, folks. I'll do another video next Thursday, and I will see you then.